Good evening, all you Minties, and welcome to another episode of Old Reader, New Reader with the Uncanny Omar and the amazing Synopsis Amanda. Wonder Maddie could not be with us tonight. Today we are going to be talking about the Mariko, Tamaki, and Joelle Jones Supergirl being super.
Yes, this book right here, if you're not familiar with it, and if you're not familiar with the show, just letting you know ahead of time, there is going to be talk of spoilers, just in
Yes.
case. This was originally a 4-issue limited series by Mariko Tamaki, who wrote This One Summer. She's done She-Hulk. She did the Harley Quinn book that
We
we
read
read,
Young Adult,
Breaking
right?
Glass.
Mhm.
She had a run on Wonder Woman, and she's done a couple of other independent books, and she's worked with her sister a few times. And the wonderful and talented, who's become one of my favorite artists recently, Joelle Jones, is the
Yes.
artist on
Oh
this.
my gosh, what
And
gorgeous artwork.
what's I love hearing the sound of my own voice. Um, well, what's interesting is when I first read this a couple of years ago, when I first got the trade paperback,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about, I was like, like it didn't stand out to me as much. It
Okay.
wasn't until Lady Killer that I was like, oh, this lady's going places.
Really, I really enjoyed the artwork. I mean, of all the
Oh,
things,
now I look at it a little bit
yeah.
different. Yeah. So let's talk about this book again. Oh, it's been recently collected in a graphic novel format, which is a
Oh, that's
smaller
cool.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Laura Dean, that's the other book. Thank you so much, Freddie. If Maddie was here, she would. Did you just knock your kid? Like slap her
No,
and
I
tell?
just told her to go sit over there.
Okay. Okay. We didn't need that on Dear Make Edition. People would be trying to cancel us next. Um. So let's talk about this book. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Oh, new colors, you say? I don't. What's wrong with what was wrong with the what's her name's colors? Kelly Fitzpatrick. Really like the color. All right, let's talk about this book, Amanda. Give us a quick synopsis. Freddie knows everything. That is correct.
That's
We
even
need.
possible.
Oh my God! Can you Catwoman? Although I've heard bad things about her Catwoman run, I haven't read it yet. But Catwoman, 'cause that Lady Killer, man, that
Oh,
library edition, that really. Whew.
beautiful.
So, what is the story of Supergirl? I guess before you get started, one thing, this is
Yes.
taken out of continuity, so it's
Yes.
not like a relaunch of Supergirl. It's not a retcon. It's not really in the DC universe, right? There have been several writers that have written Supergirl. I think my favorite run's probably Peter David, but this is Mariko Tamaki's take on this character of Kara. So let's talk. Amanda, give
Yes.
us that quick
That
synopsis.
quick
Do what you.
synopsis. Do best. Yeah. So in Mariko Tamaki's Supergirl being super, we're introduced to Kara Danvers, a what looks like a typically ordinary teenager, who's about to turn 16 years old. Except she's not ordinary because we all know the story. She was found. Her spaceship was found when she was a young girl, not a baby, just a young girl, probably like maybe 6, 7, 8, somewhere around that time frame. And her parents live on a farm. They bring her in and raise her as their own. And she lives life pretty much as a normal teenager. She has two best friends, Jen and Dolly. Jen is all about going to college, being that Olympic runner one day. Dolly does not give two F's about anything. Yeah, keeping it clean because I got peoples in this room tonight. And
Are they your fence people?
my fence people. Yeah, my Mo guy came earlier today too. So I already
My
had him.
Mo guy. Listen
No,
to
when I
you.
got back from Texas, the yard, my father-in-law was giving me a hard time. I was like, well, you could have mowed it for me. I mean, you love mowing your lawn. You mow it like 5 times a week.
Ooh. We got Amanda here tonight. We were gonna talk about this tomorrow night, but we may talk about this maybe when we're
True.
done with this. So keep on trucking. Keep
All
on doing
right.
it.
So basically, she's on the track team with her friends, normal girl, but she has her superpowers. Her dad wants her to keep it quiet, because obviously those kind of things, you don't want the feds snooping around, things like that. She starts out with having this big freaking zit on her face, which is so relatable in a lot of ways. and she's just feeling kind of like cruddy, right? She's about to turn 16, and the only reason she thinks she's 16 is because it's from the day that as many years as when her parents found her. So they're not even sure if she really is 16. They're assuming that because of what she looked like when they found her, and there you go. Her family's very nice. Her friends are very nice. And she keeps having starts having these weird dreams, which more like are almost flashbacks, right? Not really dreams themselves, of course, because this is a superhero comic. Why would they just be dreams? They have to mean something or have to be part of her backstory. So in the morning, she wakes up. It's her 16th birthday, and she goes to pop her zit, and there is like, I don't know if you have this scene, but it like explodes, and that is literally a girl's worst nightmare. Like, I mean, worse than a human girl.
Just a girl's?
Anyone's like, and she's like, "Am I a bug?" Because she doesn't know what she is, right? She knows she was found.
Show that picture.
Okay, because I saved.
Because I think
it's like one of my
you
favorites.
did. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Like,
Amanda's too rich to be on the channel with a pool, lawn, and fence people.
Yeah, so like that is just disgusting, and so it leads me to.
I thought that was a dream.
Oh, I thought it was real, but it leads me to I don't know.
No. I thought it was a dream until it was real. Like that really happened.
Yeah. And I was like, it makes me wonder what the sun does to their skin. So I was just curious that it gives them superpowers and makes their zits like crazy gross. I can't. This is my show, baby. Well, then you can go in mommy's room if you want to listen to your video. Okay. Well, you may turn it up for you. Okay, sorry. Apparently my laugh is too loud, guys. So,
your laugh is too loud.
Kind of like, she looks kind of depressed. She feels really tired because she's been having bad dreams all night. So her 16th birthday is not starting out the way we expect to. Her friends are like, really excited for her. They planned all these fun things, and she's
tell us a little bit about her friends. Tell us a little bit about her friends, Jen and Dolly.
Yeah. What are they like?
Yeah.
Well, Dolly was originally named after the country singer because I think her parents thought she'd be more like Dolly Parton.
Merle Haggard. Oh, Dolly Parton. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. But she's not anything like her. She is an out and proud lesbian, fight the system kind of girl. And then Jen is just focused. She is concerned about her weight constantly, eating salad. She wants to be an Olympic runner. She wants to get the scouts are coming in a couple of days to see them run in their track and field event. And so she's, hoping to get into a college. So they're two very different girls, but they all get along in this weird, amalgam friendship thing they've got going on. And then they have their Coach Stone, and she seems to be a really nice lady. She gives them these weird Fitbits to wear to track their...
And only the three of them, too.
Yeah, just the three of them. She gives them Fitbits of some kind to track their fitness levels and stuff. So there seemed to be like, oh, no big deal, right? Like whatever, they're trying to monitor their data, and for some unknown reason. Not really quite sure why. They don't understand right now. So she's feeling kind of, weak and tired. She comes home after school. Her mom makes her favorite spaghetti dinner. Her dad doesn't celebrate birthdays because he thinks they're a conspiracy or some kind of thing. He's not big on them. And he's kind of like a quiet guy, but also clearly there for her at the same time. His mom is just this plump, lovable, good old country woman.
Plump and lovable.
Lovable country woman.
Yeah.
And she starts realizing like she's having these weird things start happening to her. Like her powers aren't really what they seem, right? Or what they're not working as they usually do. She has a flashback to where she like jumped off of a building, landed when she was like 8, and she was fine. Well, she tries to jump and she barely makes it, right? And then her hands start, glowing, and she's like, what is going on with me? And her mom says she's running a fever. And so a lot of weird things are happening to her body right now, and she's not really quite sure what's going on. And she just wants to figure it out. So the day after her birthday is the big track and field event. And there's a quick flashback to where her dad's telling her, like, you could run really fast, but you can't really run really fast. It's like poor, what's his name? Dax in The Incredibles, when he couldn't try out for track and field because
Right. I like that you went with Dax and not Flash or
well,
Quicksilver,
because
actual speedster
that
in
actually
comics.
happened. Yeah, but as far as I know, that actually is what I remember happening.
Ernie Ray knows what's up.
What?
Boy, you know she can cook. She's plump and lovable. You ain't gonna be starving in that house.
Sarah. Mm-mm.
Did you say
I bet she
simply?
is.
What the?
Dash.
I
Sorry,
thought
it's Dash. Yeah, it's Dash, 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 whatever. Yeah, so you know what Tommy watches. Okay, so
those adjectives, plump and lovable. What did you call him?
Dax. Like,
Dax. Dax.
it was
Like,
close. I was thinking I was between Jack and Dash, and I got Dax.
all right.
Anyway, so um during this track and field event, which the scouts are there watching, there is a massive earthquake. So Kara's first instinct is to find her friends, keep them safe. She saves Dolly in a way that makes Dolly like, what the hell? What did you do? And then she has to go find Jen. And Jen is like hanging on by her fingertips on the edge of this precipice. She's about to fall in this big giant hole in the middle of the earth now that has opened up. And she goes to save her, but of course, her powers start kind of going wonky, right? And she can't get control of them. And as the EMTs are saving her, she can't hold on to Jen. Because keep in mind, Jen's also, she's hit her head, so she's kind of going limp as it is. So she can't really hold on to Kara. And Kara's only got her by one hand. And when she's losing her power and not as super strength, she ends up losing her best friend, which she will go on to blame herself for quite some time for it throughout the issues. Because she couldn't save her, even though she knows she has the powers, but some reason they seem to fail.
You know you're in near mint condition when Omar's got a co-host when you're using dollar words like precipice.
Mhm.
Omar would have said cliff. that big ass cliff she fell on.
I think
I felt so bad for Jen because I like that dynamic of Jen and Dolly with her. Like Jen's like, you gotta eat a salad, you gotta be fit. Because I think everybody has friends like that, right? Whereas Dolly's like, fuck that, I'm gonna eat a burger and a shake.
Yeah,
Give me the fries.
exactly. She's like, I'm gonna run, but I'm gonna do it my way. Yeah, you got
Amanda. Where did this new name come from? I need to know. He is shouting.
What name?
I think
Dax?
Synopsis.
Oh, I was giving it to myself because of my inherently long synopses that I give on our show wasn't really that bad.
Yeah. This was she's
Roberto, I don't know either. I'm just talking about this summary of this book, which it shouldn't really be that long.
No, it should. Have you heard her summaries of like movies though? They're twice as long as the movies, and they're wonderful. You all love them.
Okay, so she's dealing with the aftermath of the grief of losing her friend, which she obviously blames herself. In the meantime, she has Dolly texting her. Dolly wants to talk to her about what she saw. But of course, Kara, can't talk about it, right? Because her parents don't want her to talk about it, or at least her dad doesn't. Meanwhile, at the funeral for her friend, her coach comes up to her and is like, if you need to talk about anything, not even just Jen, anything at all, I'm here. And Kara's like, that's really weird. And when she finally goes back to school, of course, there's rumors like she tried to save her life. And of course, she couldn't save her life. She tried to save her life. And so all this stuff is getting to her and she ends up skipping school. And during all this, she's having these strange dreams of these people who she thinks might be her parents, maybe the ones that maybe put her on the spaceship. And she's also having flashbacks of other things. For instance, her dad keeps talking about her mom talking to her grandparents, and there's a flashback of her with her grandparents on her mom's side, and there was a fire in the barn, and her grandfather was in there, and without hesitation, she ran to the barn and saved him. And of course, her grandparents weren't, even though she saved her grandfather's life, they apparently were not as okay with that.
She's the devil.
She's the devil, so they don't talk to her parents. They don't come around anymore, clearly, is what we're trying to say with that. And she keeps hearing this voice, right?
Mandalorian, that's an awesome name.
Oh, that is awesome. I love that. Thank you. That's really cool, Lionheart. And so she keeps hearing this voice saying, save me, save me. And she's like, what is this? And so eventually she decides to
You keep thinking Smallville? Is that what you kept thinking?
Save me. Did you watch episode 4 of The Vow yet? Have you watched The Vow at all?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you watched episode 4?
With Vals and Mac. Yeah,
Mm.
of course I did.
Anyways,
But
speaking of Smallville,
no, not speaking of Smallville at all. She just played a character in it. All right, so what else? What else happened? Let's wrap this up and talk
Yep.
about
All right.
this
So
book.
she follows the voice to this underground compound and finds out that Coach Stone is actually a doctor of some scientist of some kind who works for LexCorp, and that the trackers that they were on were tracking her to figure out which one of them had the superpowers or this powers from their alien planet. And there also has to be another gentleman down there, and I'm guessing they're using kryptonite to keep them weak because they're studying their powers because they can be used as a renewable energy source. Well, Kara's able to overpower the kryptonite, smashes the whole system, takes it down, saves this gentleman who is also from Krypton, and his name is Tanon. And
On.
What
an interesting name.
Yes. And so she ends up saving his life and realizes she speaks his language and they have a lot to talk about. And he, tells her about how he was sent here months, long time ago, on a mission to kind of see what Earth was like. He gets captured and has been taken hostage for many years. So he has no idea that Krypton's even blown up. And so come to find out, Tanon's not actually the greatest guy. He holds a grudge and he wants to destroy humans because of what they did to him. He doesn't think they're safe. In the meantime, Coach Stone kidnaps Dolly after Dolly realizes that Coach Stone's been keeping very, very elaborate tabs on Kara when she's at school, noticing that Kara's missed school for the day. And Kara has to go save her at this factory lab area. And as as her and Tanon go to save her, she ends up saving Coach Stone's life from getting completely destroyed. And then Coach Stone's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, blah, blah, the whole thing when they would kind of regret whatever they did. But she realized that Tanon has Dolly, and he is going to kill Dolly because he wants to basically erase all of Kara's ties to her Earth life because he thinks Earthlings are evil. And of course, she's having flashbacks of Jen, and she's able to save Dolly and is able to stop Tanon from, basically blowing up the generator by using her super powered breath to stop the fire. And Tanon escapes. So all of this comes to say Coach Stone's gone too. And she realizes her and Dolly have kind of like a heart-to-heart. Like, she always knew, it's like, you're a superhero. And then Dolly shows her this stuff about this guy named Superman in Metropolis.
Interwebs.
On the interwebs. And so
people call it that.
The next day, she decides, I can't stay here. I need to leave. So she packs up and leaves and goes to Metropolis. In the meantime, Lex Luthor and Coach Stone went to the Danvers house to try to find Kara, and they're like, oh, she's not here. And so, of course, now Lex Luthor's main thing is to find her as well. And we get this really great final scene after she says all her goodbyes, including one to Jen at her gravesite. And a really cute little scene of Dolly, who's now alone without both of her friends, but she meets a new girl, which is really nice. But you get to see right at the end, she flies up and intercepts Superman's like, hey, I'm here. I think we're related. Can you teach me what you know? And that's the end of Supergirl being super.
What a beautiful synopsis that was.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We'll talk about what you all thought here in a second. And I really enjoyed this take on Supergirl. I've read a lot of Supergirl and realized that it's a character that I really miss reading on a monthly series. So I was excited to see Mariko Tamaki take over the book. I didn't know if it was going to be ongoing, and unfortunately it was only a limited series. Yeah. So when I read it and when that ending came out, I was like, I want more, because this should have been the New 52 reboot of Supergirl. I love the way that it just, retold her origin. I don't know. I think it might be my favorite just origin story, because I love Peter David's run, but Peter David's Supergirl is a whole different kind of thing. You're talking not Matrix movie, but Matrix the character. You're talking angels. You're talking possession of like it's different than Kryptonian young teenage girl living on Earth now.
Yeah.
I love this. I absolutely love this. I love the artwork. I think Joelle Jones is a phenomenal artist. I I like, man, I was upset when Jen died. I forgot about that rereading this because, like I said, I really liked the dynamic of her two friends and
Hmm.
how they just, worked off of each other. They fed off of each other. And when Jen died, you really felt that funeral scene was rough, especially with Jen's little sister giving the whole eulogy
I know.
and Kara feeling this sense of like, it's all this is my fault. I couldn't
Yeah.
save her. Very reminiscent of Superman by Richard Donner, the first movie where uh, Superman's like all these powers and I couldn't save him when his dad had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So I don't I don't there's nothing I would change about this book. Maybe add another issue, maybe add a continuation because
Yeah.
it was just that good. There was one little thing, where was it? The kidnapping of Dolly. I just found
Yeah.
that was really, really fast. I don't
It was
know.
rushed, but that it could be just because they
It was
had
the
to wrap
final
up
issue though.
yeah. That whole sequence was very rushed. I would agree with that. But just to get to, I think it was just a means to the end, I'm assuming, is why they did it that way.
So what about you? What things did you like? What things did you not like?
I mean, overall, I read this on the plane to Texas in one plane ride. And that's only like from it's only a 2 hour plane ride from here to Dallas, and then yeah, that's where I read it, just in that plane ride to Dallas. I thought it was one of my favorite books that I have read. Um, when you talked about the three teenagers and the way they interacted, I thought it was so realistic and so well written. Just even that, everything about it, I just absolutely loved. I could not get over this story enough. I was kind of disappointed when I asked you if there was more, and you said no, because
Yeah.
I would have continued to read this Supergirl. Like I've read a lot of female superheroes before, trying to read a lot of the origin stories, a lot of different runs, Spider Woman, some of the Marvel stuff, and I, even like her Harley Quinn, like that, different take on Harley Quinn, right? I wasn't a big fan of it. I felt like a lot of it was way forced and thrown in your face, and this was just so beautifully done and told. The story of these three women's friendship,
Yeah.
how strong it was. Um, just her learning about her powers but as a normal teenager, almost like how I envision like Buffy would handle situations, right? If it what? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, well, no, I think you hit the nail on the head. Like it reminded me a lot of like a CW show.
Yes,
That
but good, like a good CW show before it starts getting really bad.
Nicholas Lee. Oh, hello, Omar and Amanda. Hope you are both well. Keen to get more reading material on Supergirl. Always keen for recommendations. Peter David, Sterling Gates. Both of those runs were phenomenal. Jeff Loeb introduced a new Supergirl, and I'm trying to think with Michael Turner doing the Superman and Batman or
Mhm.
comics. That was post Crisis. So that is our new Supergirl, but oh, Supergirl and the Scooby Gang would help 2020 for sure. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it needs a lot of help. But honestly, like, and when after reading this, like, man, I wish this is the take they did for the CW show in a way, because I remember watching the first episode of the CW show. And I was like, are we really going this route? Like, it starts off as some romantic comedy, like a Devil Wears Prada or something, where she's like working. Like, are we really going to go that route? And this is more, this would have been a lot more interesting to me, honestly. Yeah, everything about it, and then the artwork. There are so many. Where's this one that I loved? So right after her
Oh, there's
friend,
a lot. I love this cover to
there's like
begin with.
this like picture of just like her, this one pager of her in that blanket, and then you see her reaching for her friend. Like, that's gorgeous. I mean, in addition, the way she's drawn, she's beautiful. I mean, she's so beautiful. And this, like, one scene right here, just where she's holding up, she's like, what does this mean? The symbol, like, that's so beautiful. Just everything about it, like the symmetry, everything. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I would buy so much of Joelle Jones' artwork. It is not even funny.
Well, it ain't cheap now. You should have caught it
No,
like
I know, right? Darn it.
5 years ago. My favorite scene, and I love it as a 42-year-old man that has read comic books for over 3 decades. Almost. Oh my god! Like, I still get goosebumps in the scene where she catches her friend and realizes that she can fight back. Goosebumps.
Oh yes, it's so good.
Oh my
yes.
god, I love that. I
like
love it.
So, she knows how to.
Anime, young adult novel, like where she learns that she figured out. Oh wait, I can fight this asshole back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so good, and she realizes the powers that she has because she still doesn't know what she's capable of doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think
right?
she figured out her heat vision in that by accident.
Man, this is it's a great book. I don't, like I said, I don't have anything negative to say.
I mean, honestly, I can't. Minus maybe it being rushed.
Is Michael in the chat? Because he's gonna sue you for those kind of comments right there. Those are his kind of comments.
But other than wanting more, I mean, I guess that'd be
right.
But I'd be the down. Like, why can't we get more? Why does this have to be it? I guess that's
yeah.
It's not like how many issues is this? It's not that many, right?
4. It's only 4 issues. Yeah.
So I think that would be my only gripe, is that I don't get more of this wonderfully done origin story. I absolutely loved it. And of all the female origin stories I've read, or like female comics, it's one of my favorites.
Right. I think this would be good for a movie. Like, just take this story and run with it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I love the way the script, the dialogue. Like, she's really good at writing teenage.
She is.
I haven't really read a lot of her teenage boys because Harley Quinn really didn't have many. This one, Summer, didn't have many, but the teenage girls, and I don't know. I'm out of touch with the youth. I just assume they sound like this now.
No, I would say it's pretty darn accurate.
So, what would you give it out of 10? And then everybody in the chat, what would you all give it?
I think I would give this a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah. Highest possible recommendation.
Yes, definitely read it. It's only 4 issues, guys. I mean, it's not going to break your
Whoa, amazing Amanda talked pretty one day.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Lionheart.
Yeah. She doesn't get gummy bears. She already got a cookie tonight, so she's done.
She's good.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 from Jessica. Small ding for feeling rushed at a few turns. Yeah, I can see that. But overall, nicely wrapped for 4 issues. I think she did her job of introducing a character and then wanting, keeping you wanting more.
Yes.
10 out of 10 from Oxmeat Pete and a 10 out of 10 from Lionheart. What are you saying, Hayden? 9 out of 10 from Drew.
Yep.
I do volunteer at my kids' school, but my kids are only in when it was open. Ain't no volunteering now, but they were only in elementary school. Teenagers these days sound a little bit different.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, 9.9. I wish Jen didn't have to die, right? Wasn't that rough?
Man, that's how superheroes are. Someone's got to die, guys.
Right. 9 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Read my Q&A out of 10. Omar being minty in the next series. Oh, speaking of next series, next week, you all voted. The Patreons, every month, the Patreons get to vote for one of our books that we read for $1 a month. And we are reading, I am so excited. We are going to read Avengers The Crossing. That's right. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, that's not what it was. It was Spider-Man books.
I was waiting for you to snap. We are going to read Spider-Man Life Story. So I'm very excited to read that.
I'm like halfway through it. I really thought that's what we were going to end up reading. So I'm excited.
So that one is written by Chip Zdarsky. drawn by the legendary Mark Bagley, who did over 100 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man. Did, oh my gosh, almost that many issues of Amazing Spider-Man. Very excited. Thank you all for voting, and so it will be Spider-Man Life Story, and then I think at the end of the month, Maddie has planned on we're gonna have a guest on the show, and we're gonna be reading Green Lantern Far Sector. So that's it for, and then next month we kick off October. Boy, I can't wait for that. We're gonna read Berserk. I think Maddie chose Gio, and Amanda, I know you don't really like scary stuff, but you get to
No,
choose.
but
You
I
get to
will
choose some things.
something.
Yeah, you'll choose something. So
Yeah,
I can't wait to talk about Spider-Man. Yes, it's pretty much Spider-Man, dude. It's a life crisis, not just a midlife
it's a
crisis.
whole life.
Spectacular Spider-Man is great too. Yes, it is. I wish, I have a feeling that is starting to notice how good of a writer that Chip Zdarsky is. So I have a feeling that we might get bigger collections out of his stuff.
That's good.
Maybe we'll get an oversized hardcover of Life Story or an omnibus of Spectacular Spider-Man. Um, breaking news. I'm the guess. What? No, Jack. Not. I don't think that was you. It's Life Story is already getting a 10 out of 10. I can tell you I really enjoyed it and I cried. Omar, Avengers The Crossing Omnibus is $25 at my local. Why is it not in your hands, dude?
Oh man, I feel like I should own it.
That is
$25.
so good. I can't wait for Far Sector to get collected. Yeah. I think we're only doing the first 4 issues, is what she said. It's whatever her guest chose, and I think her
Right, you look at it like that.
guest chose that's not a word. Chose Far Sector. I think it's
And
4
we're not
issues.
doing New Frontier.
No, not this month.
Okay.
Probably next month. I really need to do. I thought we were gonna do New Frontier.
You were, and I started reading it, so I guess I'm not reading
Well,
it now.
that ain't on me. Maddie's guest decided.
You're like, this is what we're reading, and so I downloaded everything, and I've been pushing through like a damn champ. And now you're telling me that my
like
reading,
a damn champ. Listen to you, like you didn't take a month break from this show.
we're halfway through. I'm like halfway through whatever is happening during the Nixon era. In
what is Mike? No. Jack, what are you? Life Story is getting a 3 out of 10. Mom spaghetti. Are you making an Eminem reference?
She thinks I was making it, but I didn't realize she really just had made spaghetti in the comic.
Okay. Omar, Avengers The Crossing's $10 at my comic book shop. They pay you $10. I doubt that, dude. It's not that bad. And Kang the Conqueror has now been casted. We can talk about that tomorrow.
Yes, we'll hear about that tomorrow. For
the
sure.
Ant-Man 3 movie. What?
I have some thoughts about that.
I've got some strong thoughts about
Yeah,
that. That is my favorite Avengers villain. I agree with Drew. If they ever do a Supergirl movie, they have to do this comic. I agree.
And you know what, HBO, they could just put that. This is the kind of movie they can make and put on HBO to kind of like almost as a way for them to give you what Netflix has been doing such a good job of producing all these really just great teen drama comedies, right? But like,
is that a thing?
Yeah, and throw in like that superhero aspect, and HBO could really do something there because Netflix has that market with their originals, or they got To All the Boys Love the Four and those whole things. I mean, they could really do something with this kind of property. So I'm just saying, Warner Brothers.
People were gonna see that anyway. Hayden's saying they just announced it to get people to see.
I was gonna see another Ant-Man. I met him.
It's Marvel. People are gonna go see it when they get out of theaters, and
tattoo just for like.
And really, who
shoots and giggles?
Like the 100 Kang the Conqueror fans are gonna be really excited to go see an Ant-Man movie just for Kang. I will say, did you hear that Black Widow got pushed back again? Like they don't have a release date now.
I didn't hear that. I just heard about Wonder Woman being delayed indefinitely, but I assumed that it was going to follow suit, especially when Sony announced they were not going to.
Yeah, Sony's done. They're like, we're done making movies.
Yeah, they're like, nope, we're not just going to produce. We're not putting out any of our big budget films, so we know everything's back to normal. Because I mean, let's face it, Disney made no money on that Mulan movie, and that cost over 200 million to make.
Yeah,
If it's a small, huh?
did we talk about that? I feel like we were going to talk about that, right?
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow,
Well,
probably.
let's talk about that tomorrow. But there
Yeah,
was
but
and then there was something else. Oh, because the Soul movie, they're thinking
yes,
about going the Onward way and just make it available digitally.
they should.
Um,
I think Onward probably made more money doing it because I mean, Onward came out. They had their because it's not like a sequel. Sequels do really well on Pixar, right? For the most part.
oh man, like Cars 3.
Oh yeah, they still made more money than
That,
Onward.
well, I was gonna say I feel like those movies kind of make the same thing, like Transformers. The Transformers movie, 4 or 5, they kept making money.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't Toy Story 4? Everyone's like, why do we need another Toy Story 4? Yeah, it still made $1 billion because Toy Story 4.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, Onward didn't do so hot the first. Well, it was only out for 1 week before I think maybe 2 weeks before the theaters completely shut down. So because we saw it in theaters, and then I bought it when it came out.
What's up, Martin? We're just chilling, talking about Supergirl. Here is an excellent question.
Oh my God!
Who would you cast as Supergirl in a new movie?
If this was made in the late '90s, Sarah Michelle Gellar, but it is not. So
I've got 2 answers for that.
Samara Weaving? No, she'd be
right. Oh yeah, baby, right there. They just need to cast Kat Dennings and everything.
How about young Helen Mirren?
Or young Helen Mirren. I really don't know. I'm trying to think. I love the girl in The Boys that plays Starlight.
Oh yes,
love her, but it's almost like typecasting her if you cast her as Supergirl.
You can't do, but yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to think of somebody that has like that. How would you say it?
Yeah, that.
Oh my gosh! Where is your Q&A, Leo? I swear this better be good, Leo. This better be good. Is this your Q&A?
Rickroll.
You just got us Rickroll. You Rickrolling me, dude.
Someone said the girl who played Magic, Anya Taylor-Joy. I'm not sure if she'd be.
I think she's too badass. I love her.
You need an all-American kind of look.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
That's why I was kind of thinking like Samara Weaving, like when I think, because I just watched The Babysitter. When you think about her in that role, not like in Guns Akimbo or anything like that, but when you think of her in those roles, she does look and resemble more of an all-American girl, right? But she may be.
She's really hot, though.
She is really hot.
Like, not that Kara shouldn't be, and I'm not saying that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, capture the essence of, like you said, an all-American girl.
And it could, maybe it has to be unknown.
I'm trying to think.
Someone with limited credits to her name that can just come in here. I mean, at one time, what's her name would have been a great choice.
You know who actually has that look? Who's that? I'm sorry.
Blake Lively would have done at one point.
Oh yeah. You know who I actually thought of just when he asked that question? If she could actually act, was the girl from the Pokemon movie, the Detective Pikachu movie, that played I cannot remember her name, but whatever the female lead in that was.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She's
in a new movie where she's freaky, where she switches bodies with her with the mass murderer. It's like a horror. It's like a horror movie meets Freaky Friday.
She really? That would be amazing to watch.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's like a character like Jason, right? Like Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers. But it's Vince Vaughn, of course, and they switch bodies. So now she's the killer, and he's. But anyway, I'm with Hayden. 90s Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. I mean, if that is when I looked at it, it's like that's where she got the inspiration. I mean, shoot, everything about her looks like she was Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like that's just like how it was. But there is something very familiar about her.
I like the actress that plays Stargirl too. I love her. I think she's great.
But she's already Supergirl, so that's.
I would do Lily Reinhardt. The Supergirl gives Betty Cooper vibes, but I would want a cross-race casting of Yara Yahidi.
Oh, Yara Yahidi is very good.
Who's that?
She is the daughter in Blackish, and she has her own show called Grownish.
Of course you know this. Okay. This is why you're on this show.
She's great.
Megan Fox is she still around? Is Megan Fox still around? What's she been doing lately?
Still around, isn't she?
I don't know. I haven't seen a text.
Oh, Freddie's right. if Reese Witherspoon's daughter acts, that girl would not be a bad choice. Cause darn it, have you seen her? She's as all American as they come, and she's Reese Witherspoon's daughter, so she's already got the all American inside of her.
Well, y'all got Amanda excited.
She's gorgeous. Oh
Who-
my gosh.
Who is Olivia Thirlby? Do you know who that is?
Not off the top of my head.
Zendaya, man, she's too busy making that money, Dune money, and now
she's making the Doom money, and she's got to make the other stuff. She got to make
Spider-Man money. She's
Ooh, I like this actress. Okay, I think I've seen her before. She was in Juno. She played her friend in Juno, and she was in The Darkest Hour, which is that movie with what's his name? Or that's The Finest Hours. Never mind, wrong movie.
Okay. I can't see the screen that you're looking at, so I assume.
Yeah, yours. Yeah.
Elle or Dakota Fanning, or is Dakota still around? Or
not as much as her sister has been.
Yeah, I thought Elle was now the one that was acting.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty.
Okay, Lloyd is saying Megan Fox is with Machine Gun Kelly. Boy,
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, you just made Jack all kinds of happy.
Jack breaks her up all the time.
Like, Leo, I read your Q&A and you took off on me, man. That's some cold shit, dude.
He was just rickrolling you.
She's the one. Okay,
she might be a little too old.
She's the girl in Judge Dredd 2012. Got you.
Well, she might be a little too old then for this one.
Who leaves David from 90210?
For Machine Gun Kelly, who is just like this skinny little guy with tattoos.
Yeah, but you don't know how much money he's got.
Oh, I know he's got a lot of money. I'm not doubting that.
So Dakota Fanning is on a TV show on TNT.
Oh, she is.
And Elle Fanning. Look, I'm finding stuff out.
Something like that. It's not The Mentalist, but it's like it's a period piece.
Wait, Dakota was in Twilight? Was she? I don't know these things.
Yeah, she was in the third one. She played one of the elders.
Omar, read my Q&A.
Yes, Machine Gun Kelly is in Project Power, and I watched it, and I still don't remember exactly which dude he was.
That's the one with.
I do remember who Joseph Gordon-Levitt was, because Joseph Gordon-Levitt, I don't know how he managed to turn his. I'm still shocked by his transition as like this like dorky dude from like 10 Things I Have About You to like this badass action hero. Like, where did that happen?
Amanda, people grow up.
I know. I'm so blown away by it. And like, he's also kind of artistic and actually like really talented in a lot of different ways, like dancing and everything. Like, it just blows my mind.
I like,
blows my mind.
I tell you what, I guess it's the same way. Like you have actors that, you know, they're really good looking and they're stereotyped. So you had like Brad Pitt and Matthew McConaughey, and then they have a breakout role, right? Like Matthew McConaughey with Mud, and Brad Pitt, just actually an actor that loves being an actor and is damn good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a complete sentence? You need to stop going to school. You use complete sentences.
She's giving you a stink eye, Omar. She's giving you the stink eye.
Are you throwing gang signs at me, dude? Don't you come at me. I learned what that was this weekend. Mud is a freaking awesome film. What's up, Neo? Arcadia? What's going on, man? Gotta go. I'll read Life Story over the next week. You should. Yeah. Everybody should.
Everyone should.
Join us back next week. Deadpool 2 was not Brad Pitt breakout role. Hayden.
That is great.
That kid was flipping me off, Ted. What's up with that?
You were what were you doing to Omar, Lyndon?
Well, Neo, to fill you in, we were talking about Supergirl being super. Both Amanda and I gave it a 10 out of 10. It's a wonderful book. Go read it. Next week, we're going to be Uncanny Omar Talk Pretty one day, reviewing Spider-Man Life Story by Chip Zdarsky and Mark Bagley.
Yep.
What Marvel mini or shorter run would you recommend if someone likes Supergirl being super?
Question.
Runaways? I know it's not a short run, but oh my god, I love Runaways.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of another run. Maybe the Colin Yost new X-Men series. think that was pretty good. Da, 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 da. A young girl. I mean, I know you've read Miss Marvel, so I wasn't gonna recommend that. That's a really good suggestion. But
Yeah.
not a mini. So yeah, it's the story canon. That's a good question. It's not, sadly. This is not the Supergirl that is in DC Comics.
I read Mockingbird's. Oh God, who's that one?
That's actually a really good suggestion here.
Yeah,
And
Unstoppable Wasp.
and Maddie, if she was here, she would suggest that.
Yeah, she loves that. Yeah.
Jeremy Whitley's Unstoppable Wasp. You're 100% right. Stargirl by Jeff Johns. That's another great suggestion. But she was asking about Marvel, so that's why I didn't say it. But everybody should read Stars and Stripes. What in Hayden? Are you on drugs? Children like Machine Gun Kelly, adults like Eminem,
and God's
like Halle Berry's Catwoman. Oh man, you summoned her. Yes, never gets old.
That never gets old. Freddie had some good suggestions too. He said the A-Force and then Ironheart, which we read.
Ironheart.
Yeah, I would say that's another. Yeah, and then Shuri. Yeah.
And I haven't read Shuri, but Ironheart, absolutely, I'm with you. Was there a mini of A-Force? I'm trying to think of the one with Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. There was a little mini of that. It was Marvel not Ultimate Alliance. It was based on the video game. Have you read Dune? Heck yeah, Jordan. Mm-hmm. Dude, I read Dune when I was in middle school.
We are very excited for the movie.
I am very, very excited for the movie. Oh, Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur. My daughter loves that. I should have just asked my daughter.
That probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
She's still up, but she got to school tomorrow.
No, my kid's still up. Marvel Rising. Thank you so much. So Marvel Rising had a little mini series with Kamala Khan and a bunch of other characters, like a team up series. It was really good. I did read your Q&A, Jack. It was weird. Salma. Man, there's kids in the room.
Well, kids laying on the ground right now.
Those things would scare her away. those bad boys, she be out. What are those? What's gonna happen to my body? Can we do an episode on Batgirl, Cassandra Cain? Yeah, that's my Batgirl. What's going on, David? How are you doing?
Hi, David.
Kat Dennings. Oh, okay, that's Jack. Look at Jack having some good taste. Finally. I just ordered Alan Moore Swamp Thing Absolute 1 and 2, and just because you praised it so much the other day on the stream. Oh, dude, it's wonderful. Like, if you haven't seen, Maddie and I reviewed Absolute Swamp Thing Volume 1. And there's a scene between two adults when they're in love in that book. There's kids here, so
but my headphones are on. You realize?
Yeah, I know, but
no one can hear you but me.
Okay,
like it's the thing.
It feels weird talking about sex when there's a kid right there.
Yeah,
but the description was just so beautiful. Like when Swamp Thing and this character have sex, it is oh my god, definition of making love. Like it is one of the best things I've ever read in my life. If more books were written like that, man. So, but yes, it's wonderful. It's well written. You will fall in love with the characters, and we'll probably do Volume 2 sometime, whenever that comes out. Little Amanda throwing up them gang signs. Yep. She's going to private school. That's what happens.
That's what happens when you go to private school.
So sort of like Berserk, yeah. Sort of. Berserk, man. I cannot wait.
I'm excited to read it too, just because, yeah.
What if you hate it? You're like, gross. Omar, any word on that new Marvel box set? Not yet. But there are going to be some announcements sometime soonish. I promise that. I know of a couple of new Omnis, so I'm excited to get to announce those. And I guess Yeah, the new box set too. Hopefully, whenever Marvel gives me their blessings, I can't say a word until they say anything. This channel's about to get shut down. What? Why? What happened? We're not drinking tonight.
What happened? We're yet tomorrow's
Oh,
night.
because Amanda says she has to learn about it sometimes, but she finds out from reading Swamp Thing. What? She did not
That's
say
not
that.
what I said. I said she can't hear anything except for when I'm speaking.
What's
So
up, Phil Owens? How's it going, buddy?
what?
Don't roll your eyes at me, Ted.
That's
Don't
right.
you roll your eyes at me. Omar, why the hell is it so hard to find these Dawn of X trades? I don't want to order from. Don't. They're coming back. Love you, man. They're coming back. Don't rush them out. They're gonna be restocked soon.
Just patience.
As well as for all those people that are waiting, the Wolverine Omnibus, both covers are going to be restocked. Y'all are the first ones to hear it, because I was going to talk about it on Saturday, but both covers of the Wolverine Omnibus Volume 1 are going to be restocked, the variant cover and the standard edition cover, for those that are still looking. So, I do have an OnlyFans. It's kind of weird. Amanda's mom signed up for it. She's the only one that signed up for it so far.
She really does like Omar.
Her and Jack, which I find really odd.
That is really strange.
I love how Jack asked Amanda for permission to message her on Instagram, and I don't. And I just send her memes of Omar saying, "Big fan of penises." Yes.
I showed him those. My favorite one is the Chris Evans one. That's my favorite meme. It's just because when I saw the blurred out picture of his thingy, I was like, God bless America! Holy crap!
Was he never mind.
He was laying down. Never picture of it this way. It was like this way.
What? Don't talk about this. We'll talk about this tomorrow night. We'll drink and talk about that tomorrow night. Have you ever seen a ghost? No, but I can share with you my story of seeing a UFO at another time.
Oh boy.
Saw a UFO, and we can't talk about ghost stories with Amanda. Like she gets frightened. I won't go to bed
at night, guys. So
yeah, she won't sleep. She'll text me at 3 a.m. going, "I can't sleep. It's all your fault." Thoughts on Black Adam the movie? Hell yes. Black Adam, Dark Ages, Black Adam, and JSA. Go read those stories, man. They're wonderful. It's naturally blurred out, according to Michael. Comics industry struggling so bad right now. Supergirl may never get another series of her own. Well, I don't know. I mean, comic sales are up, right? Like, comic sales are doing well. I think just poor decisions are being made. But, we'll see. We'll see where this takes us. Thanks for the Peter David Hulk Omnibus review. Yeah, man. Of course. I love that. That is my favorite Hulk run. I will say I think sales are good enough that almost guarantee a volume 3 for those that are wondering. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking, are you taking a selfie again?
No, I'm just Lyndon is taking a selfie.
Yeah, Lyndon's taking a selfie. I see her reach out with the long ass arms.
You see what she's doing?
I'm going to be drunk. Dude, you're 16. You should be in bed. Do not learn that from your mom. Chris Evans, Iron Patriot. Omar, when you start getting a lot of packages from your P.O. box, will there be opening videos? Yeah, we did one on Saturday. Was it Tommy sent me something, Sanchez? And it was a Black Sad in Spanish. So that was really nice. UFOs disappointed after traveling light years to Earth for an Alf Omnibus.
That's awesome.
Omar, you reckon the Tempest Fugit story will be in Peter David? No, that's years later. That is right before Planet Hulk. So it would be, man, I don't even know how they would see if they. If they plan on doing stories like Tempest Fugit and The End, and that other one shot that they had this past couple months ago. Oh no, last year. That might be a companion. I hate Stargirl. Amanda knows why does Jack hate Stargirl?
I don't know. They kicked him out for asking them about Ray Fisher or something in a chat.
Jack got kicked out of a chat for asking about Ray Fisher.
Yeah.
Jack, you're too young to be drinking and getting kicked out. Are you taking up for Jack Fisher? Or not Jack Fisher? What's his name? Ray Fisher? Ray Fisher.
Yes, he's taking up for Ray Fisher.
All right. All right. Well, man, you shouldn't be drinking, man. You should be in school. Saying
Yeah.
you
You're
should be
so
in bed right now, saying your prayers and
uh-huh.
hoping tomorrow goes well. Have you read Faust? Not. Oh my God, not in years. Classic rock. We were just talking about that, man. The rumor about Kang the Conqueror. Oh, it's not a rumor, right? He has been
No, it's
casted.
been confirmed, yeah.
Was it? We got this covered. Is that who confirmed it?
Yeah, well, I'll look it up, but no, I don't think so.
What are you doing? You can't be yawning like that. It's
Sorry.
contagious.
I'm still jet lagged from my leaving.
Dude, it was 2 hours away. It wasn't like you're in another country. It's just
No,
text.
it was two
Okay, although
plane
it
rides. I had to take one from where he was to, Dallas, and then the other to here. So that's a long night traveling.
never threw a kid in intervention, but might start tomorrow. Man, kids can do anything. They can read Marvel Ruins and not get scared. Dude, Marvel Ruins? Seriously? I love that stuff. I love Marvel Ruins. Mana needs a cat nap. I got
I
kicked
do.
out of Omar's OnlyFans for saying Chris Evans has a better one. Oh, we're gonna play that game. Okay. Okay, let me get my lighting up. Okay? Let me get my lighting up.
Oh man,
Let me
Michael. This is what Michael
I see what
Amanda
he
had a
wrote.
letter with her husband, then she got on the line. Not a lie, but also okay.
There's kids in the room. What is wrong with people? This shit took a weird turn. You're the one that turned it that way, Jack. So this is your fault.
Lay down a moment.
All right. So while we get ready to wrap up, Amanda, why don't you tell these wonderful folks? I don't know. Do your thing that you do at the end.
Okay. So just guys remember that next week it's Spider-Man Life Story. So if you want to read along with us, go grab your copy, however you plan on reading it, and join us next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, Omar will be doing looks like Suicide Squad, unless it's changed the next 5 seconds.
Suicide Squad.
Okay, we'll be doing Suicide Squad on Was It Really That Bad tomorrow. So come join us live at 8 p.m.
Started so wholesome with Cara.
Yeah, it always does.
Did.
When you just get me and Omar by ourselves and we haven't even started drinking yet. Yeah.
All right, I'm not even drinking.
So tomorrow, just expect more of this part of it. Less of the other part of it. We will talk a lot more movies, though. Because that's my thing. That's what I love talking about.
She does.
With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at NearMintCon. Check us out on Redbubble if you want to buy any cool Near Mint Condition merchandise. We also have a Patreon if you want to support us. It's only for $1. And remember, guys, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint. Have a good evening. And Omar and I will see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Peace out.
Yes, I will be doing a video of the Demon Trilogy when that comes out.
Oh, wait. Regular cut.
Normal cut. Is there a director's cut?
Is there? I don't know. I'm going to do whatever's on HBO Max, guys. So
okay. Normal people cut.
normal people cut.
See y'all tomorrow.